Welcome, you beautiful people. Welcome. Good afternoon. Welcome to my live. My name is Neka. Today, this is Lunch Live. So basically, it's lunchtime, so we talk about lunch live, where we talk about building freedom, one honest conversation at a time. So, joining me. Thanks for joining me. Where are you all joining me from? If you just drop it in the comments, that'd be fantastic. Where are you all? Because I live in sunny London. Well, it's sunny today, but it's actually very cold. Yeah, I live in sunny London, England, with my family. And as I said, my name is Neka. I help working moms earn an income online via what we call the legacy builders and having a passive income, literally. So and today I would like to talk about fear. You know, that is for me personally is one thing that held me back. So, as the topic of today's says, fear that is quietly stopping you from your online business. So, what I would like to ask the question is there is, you know, there is one fear that stops most women from starting their online business more than anything else. And most don't even realize they have it. Yeah, you heard me. There is one fear that stops most women to starting their online business, and most women don't even realize they have it. So, you know, let's dive in because I'm here for half an hour, and I would love for all of you to benefit and get straight to the point. So for me personally, after I got made redundant, fear took over. It's like, what do I do now? Where do I go? How do I get paid? How do I earn money? How do I pay my bills? That fear that literally is like that it literally kind of like stops you from breathing. The fear of failing. Okay, what do I start now? Okay, you want to go into the online space. Who do you think you are? The noise just got louder. Who do you think you are? The fear of being judged online. You look at everybody online, you look at yourself just thinking, well, I looked at me, I just thought, man, I'm not like any of them. I'm not as fluent, I'm not as this, comparison. The fear of wasting money is because it's like, okay, what if this bombs? What if this sucks? What if this doesn't work? Then what now? Yeah. Another fear I had was I wasn't good enough. Who am I to tell anybody to start their online business? Who am I to share my journey? Who wants to even hear your story? You know, that fear is real. And if you can relate, just drop it in the comment, please. Just drop fear in the comment because it was for me, it was like, who wants to hear you? Who wants to see you? Who are you? Kind of thing. Look at all the other people talking. How do you compare to in relation to them? That was a fear. That was real fear. That was that paralyzing, gut wrenching kind of fear that you want to, basically you want to press the start button to record, and it's like, okay, maybe not today, maybe not today, maybe tomorrow. And then, and the fear just keeps you rolling along and just thinking, okay, tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes, right? And the fear of technology. Luckily, I didn't have too much fear of tech because I'm an IT graduate. So, but I know most women are scared of tech. And as they get older, they're even like, oh my God, I don't understand this. This is too much. This is for the younger generation. And that's another fear that can literally stop you because, to be on the online space now, you need to be kind of like, not tech savvy, but have an idea how technology works and how you can use it to help you. And that's a big fear because people think, oh my God, tech is going, everything's going to go online. I'm going to click the wrong button and basically I'm going to everything's going to be blown up. Honestly, it doesn't really happen that way. But that's a real and genuine fear for stopping most people from going online. Literally, it's a real genuine fear. And it's to say, actually, tech is actually your friend. When you get to know what tech is your friend. Tech will become your best friend because you learn how to leverage. But in genuinely fear, it absolutely is. Fear of being visible. Oh my God. Am I going to be on social media? Everybody's going to see me. They're going to judge me. They're going to condemn me and my family and my friends and people I don't even know. They're going to be commenting on my looks, my this, my that. Literally, that is a genuine fear. A lot of people don't do that, and that's why a lot of people do go faceless. A lot of women do this faceless, emails, faceless campaign, faceless post. That's because they don't want to be seen. They just think, oh my God, nobody who want to see me, who want to hear me. And fear of being visible is a big one in the online space, and that's stopped a lot of women joining the online space where there's potential for you to be amazing, potential for you to impact a lot of people, potential for you to do good and touch so many lives. Because the thing about it is, the longer we allow the fear to sit and wait tomorrow, the more we're waiting and wasting our lives. Because the fear will always be there. But how do you move through the fear and move to the other side of fear, which is what? Where you're going. And I'm not saying that you just click a magic button and the fear is going to go away. As you get bigger, as you get transcend, as you get better, there's more fears to come, literally. And that's just life. So starting an online business makes it even more real, because now it's like you're taking your future, your life into your own hands, right? And it makes it more real. And so that fear is gone. Oh my God, I don't want to be seen. Oh my God, my hair, my eyes are this. I don't speak right. I don't look right. I don't sound right. I'm in the wrong continent. I'm in the wrong this. I'm in the wrong demographics. And all these fears, it literally stops you from doing the thing you want to do, sharing your message, having an online income, having a passive income, doing the thing you love to do, literally. And that's one thing I can help you understand today, that if you can get out of your own way, get out of your head, and just say, how can my message help someone today? That would be amazing. And that's what I'm doing. Am I scared? Yes. But I will show up, because I know that my message, my content, my program can help someone else. So it becomes not about me anymore. It becomes, how can I serve? How can I serve the next person, the next parent, the next mom, so that they can live the life they want? How can I help them know that you can work this journey as a partnership? You don't have to do it all by yourself. There's the community support for you. There's everything you need to do, so you don't have to figure it out by yourself. If that can help you say, okay, if Neka can do it, if this woman can do it, so can I. And that's what I'm doing now. If X can do it, so can I. Because the fear is not really real. In all fairness, the fear of all this stuff, the fear of being judged, being seen, for failing, wasting money, not being good enough, it's all in my head, right? But if I can help another parent, another mom, another person, just realize that these are all the stories we kind of like in our head, that we're kind of like playing out. That if we come and step into this arena, there's room for everybody. The online space, there's room for anybody, and you can learn to manage your fears. And if this video can help anyone today, to help them understand that the fear here, okay, yeah, there is a fear, but how can I move past that? What can help me move past that? Instead of sitting with the fear, just ask yourself, how can I move past my fear? What can help me? Instead of fear, what would I want to feel? Right? Instead of fear, what would I love to feel? And that's what the thing, you know. But none of this, as I said, none of this is true. One of these, the deeper fear, or the bigger fear, was more than all those, the ones I just listed were kind of like, you can call them superficial fears. There's one a deeper fear that kind of like is governs all the other fears, right? And that's what I would love to share with you guys now. So you see, I have learned that fear is not the enemy. Most people think that fear means stop, but fear actually means you standing at the edge of your growth. You know, fear means having the calmness, having this psychological direct and energy to guide you, direct you to where you want to go. If you can use fear wisely, oh my God, fear like any other of those what we call negative emotions, fear, blame, shame, angry, sadness. If you can learn to transmute that fear into like, okay, how can this fear help me? What is on the other side of fear? And just get curious. How can I, let's say I tap it. What happens? And that's what I'm learning to do. And that's what I'd love to share with you. That fear, yes, but it's not real. It's a message for you that you are growing. It's a message for you are doing something different. Because as I always say, we're not designed for success. We're designed for survival. We're designed to be kept safe. And that's why there's something called your comfort zone. That's why when you try and do something that you haven't done before, your body just goes into a complete and total meltdown because you just thinks, what are you doing to me? I'm not used to this feeling. I'm not used to this emotion. So therefore, I'm going to pull you back. And that's what we call fear. But if you can kind of say, you know what? Yeah, I hear you, I understand you, I accept, I see you, I hear you, but I'm going to gently and gradually move through this fear and get to the other side of it. That's growth. There is nobody has achieved success in any measure of in any shape, manner, or form that hasn't had fear. Look, think about the first time you rode a bicycle. You probably think, oh my God, if my parents are not, if the my person teaching me how to ride this bike is not supporting me, I'm gonna literally crash and die and everything. And all 10,000 things went through your mind. But after a while, it's like, and they let you, and they kind of like, they let go of the bike and you are just pedaling on your own. And he's like, yeah, but you're not even aware of doing it until they say, and you turn around, it's like, oh, you're not holding me. Then you're going, then you crash the bike, right? But that's the same thing with business. That's the same thing with business. That's the same with life. Even your first job, your first relationship, there was a bit of fear, but you can't like move past that. Certainly, business is no different. Certainly, business is no different. There'll be fears. There'll be fear for you to show up. There'll fear for you to, who are you? All these fears, yes. But on the other side of that fear is the amazing life you want for yourself, for your family. Is you being your authentic self, sharing your message. And for me personally, me transcending my fear means I'm growing. Literally, I'm just growing one day at a time, one step at a time. As I call it, baby steps. It's me moving past my fear and growing. And that's the thing I've come to learn here, that my fear is not my enemy. I see it now as, it's taking me a while to get here, don't get me wrong. But I've seen that as an ally. If I'm not growing, if I'm doing something, I'm doing same old, then it's like, oh, well, where's the growth in that? Okay, I'm getting used to it. How can I switch things up? And that's why I said doing YouTube live, because I've not done this before. I was like, okay, let's start going live on YouTube. That was a fear that, oh my God, what can I say for 20 minutes? Who's going to listen to me for 20 minutes? What if it bombs? What if it sucks? What if I get no viewers? Da, 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 da. But what if I succeed? What if you succeed? Then what? What if you succeed? And that's why I'm here. Because what if it works? If it's working for thousands of other people, why won't it work for me? All I have to do is just keep showing up, keep getting better and better. And that's how you move past your fear. You keep showing up. Consistency. It builds that muscle. Consistently builds that muscle. You just keep getting better and keep getting better and better and just keep showing up. And that's how you do it. You know? See, the real fear isn't failing. The real fear is actually like, if what if it works? As I said before, what if it works? That's the real fear. What if this whole thing blows up and I become a YouTube whatever? Then it's like, okay, now sugar, what do I do now? How do I maintain this? How do I keep this going? Right? What if that is the real fear, stops a lot of people from showing up for their business? And that's what they and in all fairness, that is what stops a lot of people, a lot of moms, a lot of parents, a lot of working moms. Like, what if it shows up? Then what? Oh my God, does it mean I have to go on a bigger stage? And that's the real thing. What if you succeed? That's the real fear. And then it's like, okay, sugar, I'm here now. How do I keep this momentum? I'm earning all this money. How do I keep that going? Da, da, da. And the noise just gets louder and louder, and then we don't stop. We don't start, right? So if you become the person you're actually dreaming of becoming, what would that mean for you? What would that mean to you? What if success demands a version of you that you're not used to? Because that's what it means. Because for me personally, it means me showing up, and it means, okay, what's this going to mean? But you see, right now, I'm trying to keep those things at bay and just plow one day at a time. And I will deal with it one day at a time. Because the more you show up, the more I'm showing up here, the more I'm doing this content, the more I'm getting better, the more my confidence is growing. And as each time I transcend, I just keep moving forward. And I got a mentor, I got coaches, and they're all supporting me. So I know I'm not doing it on my own. And I got the biggest coach, God, in the whole equation. If you're not, and that's the thing I'm beginning to appreciate, that I'm not by myself. I am not by myself in this, and that's what I would love to share with you, moms out there. You are not going to do this by yourself. There's support for you. Because being the bigger, see, think about it. If you can now start to live that life you want, what would that mean? What would that mean for you? Because that and that's where the big fear is, isn't it? Sugar, how do I keep this going? And that was, yeah, and it's real. I know it is real. The thing about success is it is a bigger shift in your identity, in who you are, than failure. Oh, because yeah, think about it. Being successful is a bigger shift in your identity, in your beingness, than failure. Because it demands so much from you. It demands so much from you. And people get to expect more from you. When you fail, when nobody expects, like, oh yeah. But when you succeed, all eyes on you, right? That demands you to show. It demands a completely different version of you. And that's the beauty of success. And that's okay. Yeah, and maybe that's why a lot of people have got the fear. Because like, oh, okay. What does this mean? It only mean what you want it to mean. It will only mean what you want it to mean. See, the fear of your own potential, that fear is what is stopping most moms, working moms, stay-at-home moms, single moms, divorced moms. That is what is stopping a lot of moms from starting their own online business. That the fear of your own potential, the fear of what you will become. That scares the holy Moses out of most moms. It scared me too, but I decided that the life I was living, my old life, that's not the one life I wanted. The fear of me not starting was bigger than the fear of me worrying about my success or my failure. That is just me. The fear of me not starting was bigger than that is me not achieving my potential, not even trying, was my biggest fear. And that was put me into action because I just thought to myself, if today was my last day, what would I like my son to hear in my eulogy? What would I like people to say? That's that's what I that's one thing that spurs me on. I don't want to live a life of I wish I did that. I wish I took that opportunity. I wish I did that. I wish I went there. I wish I ate that. I wish I said that. I wish I did. I did not want a life of wishing. Hence, I'm here. And and for a lot of moms, it's the one thing that's like, oh no, I'd rather stay where I am because it's safer. For me, it was a big no-no because where I wasn't that comfortable. It was getting incredibly uncomfortable and I could not hide that discomfort. And the fear of me achieving my potential, yeah, it scared me for a while, but I just decided to get moving. I decided to get moving, get the coach, get the support I need. Know that I wasn't going to do it by myself was a big help. Knowing that I was not by myself was a big help. Absolutely. That was a huge help for me. So how do we move through fear? There are three simple steps. You name it. I am scared of the next version of me. You name it. You accept, you welcome it. You don't try and push it away. You don't try and hide from it. You accept, you name the fear. You name your fear, you accept it. Because by naming the fear, it becomes okay, it's got a name. It's not more that big thing out there. You give it a name. Once you give something a name, it's okay. There's a bit of familiarity and a bit of softness to it. It's no longer hard. It's no more in the distance. It's almost very close. And when it's close, what do? You can welcome it. Normalize it. Every single successful person started with some level of fear. How can that fear become normal? How can you welcome that fear? How can you welcome that into you and say, okay, I know you. Yeah, you can even give it a name. Call it Jessica. Okay, well, hi Jess, how you doing today? Have a conversation. What would you like to see happen today? What would you like me to do today? Because the more you normalize it and the more you have a dialogue with it and a genuine dialogue, not from a place of it's bigger than you. Yeah, equals. Jessica is not bigger than you. Not, just have a conversation with you. Yeah, you think, oh my God, what is this woman talking about? I promise you it works. It does work. It's like For everything you want to do in life, it's like the first time you got into a car to drive, you were like, oh my God, how am I supposed to? I, you want me to look at my mirrors, steer a car, then there's something. My feet are doing things with the brake and the clutch and what's the other one again? The brake, the clutch, and the accelerator. And then my hands are doing things to shift, to do a gear shift. That's if you're driving a manual car. You want me to do all this stuff whilst I'm driving and you're talking to me. I'm supposed to be listening to you. How? How? But that's the fear. It's like, how am I supposed to do that? But people are doing it. But it's a skill they learn. And what it meant you do the first lesson, the second lesson, it's like, okay, it's not too bad. It's having a nice dance. It's okay. They all come, all those things I need to press at different times. You learn it. And what happens to that fear? Is before you know you're tearing down the motorway at God knows how many hours or collecting parking tickets and driving fines everywhere. But when you first started, the fear was real, right? How am I going to move this car? And you're asking me to do this. I need to look at my mirror, and all your brain is like, oh, like if you're like me, the first time I went for my driving lesson, I came back, I went back straight to bed because I was exhausted from all the mental gymnastics that my brain had to go through. All because I wanted to drive the car. But that's fear. But when I moved past it, I'm like, okay, let's do this together. It became a partnership. It was okay. You move with the fear. You literally move with the fear. You learn to move with the fear. And not around it, because it's not going to disappear. You just embrace the fear. You walk with it. You become at one with it. Because the fear the fear will always be there, because as you get bigger, let's say you start your online business, okay? For the first time in your life, you had £5,000 a month, or 5,000. Yeah, if you have £5,000 a month, it's like, oh, I know I earned that money before. And you do it for a couple of months, and 5,000 become a norm. Then okay, what's next thing? Okay, let's double that. A new fear is going to come up. And that's why I say, as long as you keep moving through your fear, you keep naming and normalizing it, you will always work together and dance together. It's not something that kind of like overtakes your life. So and that's what the legacy, my freedom blueprint teaches. It's like there's community here for you. I mentioned that before. There's community. You don't have to do this by yourself. There's coaching and mentoring for you. And it's a simple, complete, beginner-friendly business. Simple steps. Literally simple steps that teaches you how to create content, how to show up online, how to go live, how to do what I'm doing. It's a skill I learned. Was I fearful? Absolutely. But you learn when you got support, you get coaching, you got even the mindset training is there for you. You start to move through it. There's no tech stress. Why? Because everything is built for you. It's a done for you program. You guys can keep 100% of the profit, but your website, everything is designed for you. All you have to do is customize it to your colors, your branding, to you, and it gives you clarity. Yes, so because there's a step-by-step guide, it gives you clarity. You don't have to think, okay, what do I do today? Every day there's a video for you. You know what to do every day. And that's how you build your confidence, and that takes care of the fear. And there's emotional support. There's emotional support for you. As I said, we've got mindset coaching. We've got coaching calls live. You come into a coaching call, you ask your question. No question is too big, no question is too small. So you are supported all through your business. But this business is your business. 100% of what you make goes into your bank account. You don't share anything with anybody, right? But you got the support you need. So if there are days that the fear is taking, just go into the community and say, oh my God, what's going on today? You read someone else's win, you read someone else's journey, you say, okay, someone else has been there. Okay, this is how they transcend that. Okay, let me go do that. Or you can reach out to me. So, as I say, you don't have to do this on your own, and that's what I love about it. And if this is resonating with you, just drop brave in the chat, for my friend. Just drop a brave in the chat, because I would love to know how if this is resonating. Because for me, fear was a big thing that literally, if I allowed it, I wouldn't be having this conversation with you. And I'm just sharing my journey, and that's what this whole thing is about. Is that sharing your journey, letting someone else know that it is possible for them, because it is possible. Whatever is possible for A is possible for B. Are you prepared to take these steps? for that possibility? Are you prepared to show up for that possibility and to be that amazing self you are meant to be? Be your lift your potential in life. That's just what it does. So if you're tired of running, if you're tired of fear showing up in your life, and you're ready to start to build an online business with support instead of trying to figure it out by yourself, because that's how I started. I knew I needed support, so I found a program that gave me support. And what Legacy does, it gives you support, so you don't have to be on your own. Because if the fear is keeping you stuck, what if you come into a community where other people are doing the same thing as you? That fear kind of like dissipates. So you don't need to be fearless to start. You just need to be willing. Everything else we will build together. Thank you for your time, and God bless. Bye for now.